Last week we watched the most exciting match of the season when our new king, Chris Mohring, bowled against one of the toughest bowlers in the area. Ron Bonnert would need a strike in the 10th to unseat the king. His shot was perfect, but the results were not. Chris Mohring would win by 1 pin and carry him into week 7 to defend his crown. Hello, everybody, and welcome to week number 7. We are here at LaRue Lanes in Highland Heights, Kentucky, and what a great place. I'm your host, David Newrath, and we're going to be bringing you some of the best bowling in the Midwest. And to tell you about that first game we're going to be watching, my co-host, Jennifer Kleekamp.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us. As you may well know, we've been mixing it up a lot this year with the 189 and under division. This week is no exception. 2 new faces, Terry Peace and Tom Mays. As you can see, we have a great crowd. We're ready to rock and roll. Got some interesting things. Let's hit it. We'll be right back.
The King of TV Bowling is brought to you by the Miller Brewing Company. Miller Lite. Life is good. And by Pepsi. Nothing else is a Pepsi. And by Jeff Weiler's Eastgate Auto Mall, State Route 32, 1 mile east of 275. Now, this is Slush Puppy. Slush Puppy, a frozen fruit-flavored drink that's fun in a cup. Sure, kids love Slush Puppy, and you will too. Available at most entertainment centers, like amusement parks, bowling centers, and many convenience stores. Oops, almost forgot. Same places, you'll find Thelma's old-fashioned lemonade. Thelma's soft frozen lemonade and Slush Puppy's variety of frozen fruit flavors, as cool as it gets. They travel from all over the world to Cincinnati, Ohio for the excitement of bowling for over $2 million in the Hoinky Classic. Men, women, and mixed teams compete for their share of the expected $2 million pot of gold. Held in the newly renovated Western Bowl, the Hoinky Classic in its 55th year as the world's largest competitive bowling tournament. So join the winning. Call 1-800-543-4010 for reservations and say, "Show me the money."
I'm in league with America, thanks to the ABC.
As members of the American Bowling Congress, these men receive valuable benefits. In sanctioned leagues, they know their games count, and standard rules help the fun along. Awards give them proper recognition. They get their shot at national competition, and they're helping our country's Team USA. When these members go bowling, they know being organized is more fun.
Get in league with America, join me.
Well, LaRue Lanes, we are here, and what a great place. We'll tell you about some special things that are going on here in a minute. But on today's show, you're going to be seeing Terry Peace, 688, and Tom Mays, 650. What a great couple of bowlers they look to be. Terry Miracle down the road, Tony Rawlinson, and Rick Evans. So the 189 and under division is kicking.
And I told you we were ready to rock and roll, and here we go. Having a lot of fun, a great audience. Lots of family members for both participants here.
Well, I happened to come out here last night, Jen, and catch wind of this cosmic bowl that Glenn put in, and this place was rocking.
It is. It is super cool.
We'll tell you more about that as the show goes on.
Terry Peace. Here we go. Nice even roll on it. Doesn't throw it too firm. Gives the ball a lot of time to react. Solid 10-pin. Great opening pitch.
Well, Terry had a good score to come in here with 688. That's one of the higher scores in the 189 and under division, Jen. So he must have done a lot of things right.
Look at that. Spares up a 10-pin. Excellent opening shot. Never been on TV before, along with Tom Mays' first-time appearance.
You want to watch something, folks? Tom Mays does not use his thumb. He's from Batavia, Ohio. He'll just put his 2 fingers in, kind of lay his thumb. There you see it on the side of the ball. And watch this. You the man. You the man is right. No, he says you the man.
Yeah, that's right.
The amount of The amount of power you put on a ball when you do that is incredible, Jen, but boy, is it tough to do. Take a look at it here. You've got to stay underneath it. You rev it up, and this ball is not going to deflect to the right. Oh, no.
It's great. It's unusual to see somebody that doesn't use their thumb, that doesn't cross a lot of boards. He kind of gets it right up the lane, which is a good angle to carry.
Well, I think his style, look at this, kicks out the 4-10 late, but that's that good ball reaction, good rotation on the shot. Take a look at it here. Left side of the screen, keep your eyes there on the 4-pin. Right side the 10-pin. 10-pin will go out first, right there. The 4-pin goes out next. Could have been catastrophe. As it is, it's a double, and he's excited.
Great break. Terry married to Vicky. Children's names, Joe and Mark. Everybody's here today. Looking good.
Well, he's got a tiger by the tail here, and if the qualifying scores are any indication, and there never are. You know, that's the amazing thing. The high qualifying score will invariably come out and bowl well, but sometimes he'll be taken down. There you see at age 46, 279 high game.
From Burlington, Kentucky, born in Covington. Going after the 10-pin again. Hang on. Came out of the channel. We'll have to make a correction on the score there.
Yep, folks, in case you don't know, once the ball enters the channel, it's considered out of play. So if it comes back into play, that's tough. You get the channel and 9 out. You don't get the spare for a bank shot.
Terry throwing a full fingertip release.
Left-hand lane looks pretty good.
Oh, once again, a 10-pin, 3 in a row. Now he's going to have to adjust the roll on that ball a little bit. It's going a little bit too long and not getting the maximum angle going into the pocket, and that is why he is leaving the 10-pin.
All right. The 10-pin, it's something you have to be able to make, and so he is going to do it cross lane again, right about the 3rd or 4th arrow, and he misses it the other way, Jen. A little overcorrection.
Big trouble there. Well, we're going to see how Tom is going to deal with double opens out of Terry. See if he can put some extra pressure on him, already working on a double.
You just hate to see that guy come out and leave 3 weak 10s and miss 2 of them.
And I believe he made every one in practice that I saw. Once again, great shot. He is throwing pins everywhere. Very aggressive into the pocket. That time getting the 5-pin to do the job.
Tom Mays is cranking and stanking, baby. Watch this one. And Jen, you're right. He doesn't cover a lot of boards, but maximum revolution, no deflection here. 5-pin goes out a little late, but takes out the 7. And that was the head pin going from left to right on your screen.
And I think you picked up on it before, Dave. You have to stay behind the ball if you're going to use this type of technique.
That's wide.
Never had a chance to come back. Difficult spare here. Now it'll be interesting to see if he will put his thumb in for the spare, or if that is his standard technique on his spares also.
Well, we're about to find out. And we're watching right along with you. Nope.
Nope.
That's there.
It's just so hard to get control without that thumb. Your thumb is your control, so
Well, Jen,
he's doing a good job
his
at it.
forearms are big enough. I think he can handle that 16-pound bowling ball. Watch it here. Low angle. You can see the end-over-end roll. Well, he does so many things right. He stays down low at the line. This ball goes through, carries out the 8-pin in the back, and he's got a triple and a spare.
All right, Terry, let's go. No 10-pin this time.
No 10-pin, Jen. You got it. We were talking a little bit about LaRue Lane's Cosmic Bowl. Folks, let me tell you something about this. They have it every Friday and Saturday night. You're going to have to call for reservations because this is hot. What they do, they turn the whole bowling establishment into a disco, if it were, but an upbeat disco with lasers and great music and glow-in-the-dark lanes. You've got to see it. I can't even describe it other than to say, come on out, give Glenn a call and the crew over here, and they will put your name down on the list. And when there's Glenn right there. Oh, he's happy. Yeah. Let's know we're talking
and
about.
That does run from 12 to 2 a.m.
Must know we're talking about his investment here because, God, it was great. I came out last night. Everyone was having fun.
It's
Jen.
cool.
Let's see what we can do here. I'd like to see Terry get a strike just to have something to get him loosened up. Left-hand lane. Get it in the pocket. Nope, that's wide. Hey, maybe thin works.
Little head pin shaker there.
Yeah.
Way to go. That's Vicky, his wife. There's his son, Joe, and also Mark with us.
Head pin goes to the left side of your screen right there. Comes off into the 4, whirly bird into the 7. The kind of strike we normally see out of the big crankers, but even the more conventional players can get those. Conventional, he is not.
Unbelievably powerful. That's great. Tom has a daughter, Carly, 2 years old. She's running around here somewhere. Watch this action here. Just sheer power right through the pocket. Snapping that 10 pin out at the last minute. That's how you know you have a very clean roll on the ball.
Look at it. Boy, it hit the dry down there and just started going left. Tom Mays with his 650. You know, he's well behind Terry at this point, but well ahead in the match as far as today's concerned.
Tom bowls out at Suburban Bowl and lives in the Eastgate area.
Now we are going to watch this, and
Now he took some roll off of it that time. Dave, did you pick up on that?
we did, and we'll take a look at it when we come back after these words. Stay with us.
You know, marriage is a lot like bowling. You follow the straight and narrow, and you strike it big.
Sure, with a pinhead.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
No, dear, keep going.
Marriage is a lot like bowling. You never want to be in the gutter.
Or you'll score a 0.
What do you mean by that?
Well, nothing, dear. I'll explain it to you later.
Okay, why don't you do the next one, okay?
All right. Marriage is a lot like bowling. If your first shot is bad, you just pick up a spare.
What do you mean by that, huh?
Nothing, dear. Nothing
Chris
at
and
all.
Janine on WGRR, Oldies 103.5.
Quench your thirst for savings and make the Mart your next stop for Pepsi. Generation Next. All varieties of Pepsi products are featured at Ameristop. Pick up a 12-pack today. Remember to shop the Mart for milk. It does a body good. Plus, the savings are good when you're in the mood for a gallon of Ameristop milk. Produced locally by Trout Dairy.
Terry Peace is in the rears by 40 pins, and he is really going to have to mount some sort of an attack here, Jen.
Well, you know what happens is people get so far down that they finally start to get loose, and they figure they have nothing to lose at this point.
Well, hopefully that's the case. I'm not sure I agree with him playing quite as deep as he is. Well, the light shaker works twice.
That's the only shot that's working for him, so good job for a double. Way to go, Terry.
Well, I said I didn't agree with him going inside. Well, tough. I'm wrong. He made the right move. He's going with less hook, and he's going for the light shaker. Now, if that same ball moves an inch further to the left, he's going to leave a 10 pin. But as it is, it's working. He cut the lead to 30.
And he can cut it to 20 right here with a triple.
Tom Mays waiting in the wings. Let's see if Terry is going to make things exciting for him or not.
Once again, the light shaker. Head pin doing the damage there.
3 in a row.
3 in a row.
And they were all, we could replay the same shot. Here it is. I don't know if this is this one or the one 3 frames ago. They all look the same. Head pin goes to the left side of your screen, comes around, kicks into the 4, and takes out the 7 late.
Now pressure back up on Tom Mays.
Let's see if he squeezes. He still has a 20-pin lead. The guy's coming up heavy on him, and he did. He tugs it. Goes right through the heart, leaving the 6-10.
It is pretty hard to squeeze if you don't have the thumb in the ball, though, Dave. You better retract that statement.
Thank you. My co-host nails me again.
Check out Tom's bio here, age 28, 289. Great performance, averaging 185 currently.
Good job, Tom. You're right. You just have to squeeze it if you don't have a thumb in the ball. Very, look at this. How quickly. 40 pins up, coming back from the break. Now he finds himself less than 10 up, I believe. But our statistician, Walt Tarpley, and Sandy Newrath out in the truck will be feeding us those numbers in a second.
And we talk about the 189 and under division, and the big difference is spares. These guys get a lot of strikes, but you have to fill frames in order to average 210.
That's much better, but he leaves a 10.
Now we'll check him out going across lane. I do believe he puts his thumb in the ball. If he doesn't, then he tries to sort of back it up to get it to go straight down the lane.
There you see our scoreboard. Tom Mays, 144 in the 7th, and Terry Peace with 3 strikes working through the 7th frame. And Ed Sampson at home, that's for you. We're going to be talking more about the score because Ed says he's having trouble seeing it, and Ed's one of our program people that are in the older Pepsi generation.
You bet.
Well,
my, how things have changed.
Oh, man. Man, oh, man. You come back, you're 40 down, you put 2 shakers together, and the next thing you know, you're looking at moving into the lead.
It's competition, head-to-head match play right here.
Terry Peace, another shaker.
Oh, half hit. There's his family.
Well, they have to be happy. They're witnessing one of the greatest come-from-behinds on our show, especially in this 189 and under division. Terry Peace is not going away. Not only did he turn a 40-pin deficit around, he is now moving into the lead.
Working on a 4-bagger with the pulse. And that's an AMF ball.
Let's see what happens. Well, he breaks up the split, and that's good for him because the spare here is really going to put the onus back on Tom Mays. And Jen, how often have we seen this? Years and years have gone by where we haven't seen a 40-pin deficit turn into a 12-pin lead in 3 frames.
Really been a great turnaround for Terry Peace. Covering the spare, both pins with the ball. That's ideal.
Well, you've got a 12-pin lead now.
And you've got the 9th and 10th coming up.
And you sit
this is big.
Oh, man. There you see it, 165 in the 8th frame. Well, Mr. Peace, Mr. Mays
great
needs a
shot. Oh, wow. Did he fry that rack? Holy cow, that was big.
Let's take a look at it here. What a great shot. He just cranks back, keeps it tucked under, stays down at the line. Look how low that big man is. 1-3 pockets filled up, 5-pin, second one back middle of your screen, goes out hard and heavy to the left. Frame number 10. If he strikes, it needs a double. Well, he's going to close him out with a couple of strikes, but not today. We're going to go down to the wire.
That was a lousy break on a great shot. Was looking at 213. If he would have struck out, he's going to spare it up. Go for 193 with a fill then.
Yep, going cross lane, still no thumb. And is it a spare? The ball rolls out and misses. He opens in the 10th frame. Well,
finishes out for 181.
Well, any kind of a count here in this game is over. We'll watch Terry's first ball. But if he doesn't hit his ankle twice, he defeated Tom Mays, the guy you're looking at right now. It was his to win. He was 40 pins up coming back from commercial break. And within 4.5 frames, Terry Peace comes from behind and will win our 189 and under. Well, that is it. It's official. Terry Peace wins and come from behind, and we'll be back with match 2 after these words. Terry Peace wins with a 198 over Tom Mays, 181. It was his to win, but he lost it. $500 to the winner. Congratulations, Terry. And now we go into the top fuel eliminators. The King Division, Riga Kalfas and Ron Holliday. Hold on to your bootstraps, folks. These guys are good.
We haven't seen Riga in a long time. It is great to see him back. He is a class act.
Yes, he is a class act, and what a game he brings. Well-schooled, very experienced player, and when we get to his data sheet, we'll be ripping out some numbers.
Of course, Riga, very, very famous on King of TV Bowling for the infamous 299. About 6 or 8 years ago, just leaving a solid wrap 7 to not take the car away.
Well,
very disappointing to him and to everybody in the audience, but it was a valiant effort. And we have another car available, so we'll tell you about that in a minute.
Jeff Weiler and his Eastgate Auto Mall, one of our very good sponsors on Sundays. Riga bringing back a 10-pin spare, as we've seen him do so often. Ron Holliday, what do you think of this man's game, Jen?
Well, he's a veteran of TV to begin with. Really straps it. Lists his age as 29 and holding. I can respect that.
You can identify with that, huh?
Wow.
Holy cow. Look,
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that one. We had a shaker 7 and a crush, or I'm sorry, shaker 10 and a crush 10. Both players kind of saying, well, I don't know. Ron Holliday qualified with a 759.
And we have a news flash in the Holliday family.
Go ahead.
Jessica and Megan are his 2 children, and they're expecting their 3rd. They just found out, expecting their 3rd on October the 10th, so congratulations to that family. And they are going to be busy.
Well, yes, they are. I'll get off of that in a hurry. Well,
Ms. Holliday,
yeah.
checking her out. Lori.
Ron, 29, and we got to really kind of pin him against the wall and see what the real age is, huh? It's a good-looking guy, good-looking
look,
family.
he's 29 and holding, and his weight is 199.
Yeah.
I see a pattern for me.
I think some bogus information found its way to our booth.
Oh, that's great. Oh, wow.
Wow.
What is going on here?
This is unbelievable. He crushes a 10-pin. Now he's going to stone the 610. Take a look at it here. Keep your eyes on the head pin. Center your screen. Watch what it does. It's going to go straight to the right, go back. The 3-pin goes around, and these 2 pins acted like nothing else was going on.
The classic fast 8.
Great shot. Not a very good return on your investment, but I think he'll have no spare to show for it, and he does.
Ron bowling out of strikes and spares.
Well, Riga Kalfas earned his way in here. As you see, Riga Kalfas 721. See the name right under it? Bill Butcher?
Double B.
Well, Double B and he, Riga, bowled before the show this morning in a roll-off. And get this, folks. Bill Butcher shoots 237. Riga shoots 247 to make our show. I think they were serious.
Bill Butch has been on a roll lately.
Yeah.
Absolutely hammering the pins. I'm sure he was disappointed, but he'll go out and give it another effort.
He brought his family down, and they watched the 247 to 237. Bill could have won the match in the 10th frame if he struck out, but just wasn't to be today. He got the first one, just couldn't get that second.
So far, 2 spares for each competitor. Not what we would expect for a start. Oh, check out that cutie.
Here at LaRue Lanes, only the 3rd week for the Cosmic Bowling, and Glenn says it's the most popular thing he's ever done in his life, professional life of bowling. You got to come on out. You got to see it. You got to check it out. Call 781-2111 for more information and reservations. Riga, left-hand lane, goes wide.
Come out and check out our buddy Jim Fetcher, the nighttime manager here at LaRue. He'll get you set up.
Yeah, what a pro. What a pro he is. Just a real friendly business type of guy. And
Butch Hyde next to Glenn Schmidt. Of course, Butch told us, and this is a great piece of information, this year in August, he'll have 40 years in the bowling business. And he is a great proprietor out at Hyde's Lanes out on Cheviot Road.
he has a lot of knowledge to share. Cross lane for the 1, the 3, and the 6. Brings it back easily. Both bowlers are just striking with regularity in practice and shadow balls, and all of a sudden somebody turned the spigot off.
We had some pins fall down on lane 13. Ron's going to reset them for us.
He leads by 3 pins as we watch him sweep off the dead wood, and he'll get a fresh set of 10 pins up there. And Jen, one more thing. I know I keep this cosmic bowling has just got me. The lanes glow in the dark. There's a lot of black lights they turn on. The pins glow in the dark, and there's a few of the bowling balls that they have that you can use. They glow in the dark. I thought I was losing it last night when I came in here, but boy, it was fun.
From what I hear, too, you don't have to be a bowler to enjoy it because a lot of people opt for the dancing on the lanes.
They were dancing on the lanes. Like this pin is dancing down the highway, takes out a pin lake. Take a look. Want to do a little, this looks like a margarita. Yeah, watch the margarita. Hey, margarita. You're out of there.
Ron's excited about the first strike in the match. We'll see if we can make it a double right here in the left-hand lane.
I'll bet you a Pepsi he does.
Oh, great pitch.
Bring that Pepsi over here. All right.
Ron's dad checking out the action.
The new Anvil Lanes here at LaRue Lanes. Glenn's been owning this place now since 1988. What a renovation since 1990. New computers, automatic scoring, new lanes, cosmic bowling. Come on out. LaRue is one of the greatest looking new centers that have been in the same location for years.
And
Riga.
Of course, it is in Highland Heights, Kentucky.
Highland Heights, Kentucky. That's right. Just come out of Cincinnati, and in 6 minutes you're here. Riga.
All right, these guys are rolling now. Here we go.
We're cranked.
This is what it's all about. This is the kind of shots they're supposed to be throwing. However, putting on a spare execution.
Exhibition, too.
Mm-hmm.
That'll get you for that other one, John. Riga with 1. Mr. Holliday with a double working. Riga wants to get there, too. Left-hand lane. If he hits the pocket, pretty much guarantee a strike. It's wide. It's wide. What in the world?
Ball's just going a little bit too long down the lane.
Riga Kalfas is confused. He's also 29 years old. 300? Yeah, he's only got 30 of them. 5 800 series, and I think he's been on this show more than I have. 32 times.
Incredible. He is a player, no doubt about it. Trying to convert the washout here.
The 1, the 3, the 7, and the 9. What do you think, Riga? Great cover. Great cover. Being congratulated down there in the settee for a great shot. We look at it, well, this is how he left it. And then he comes back and makes it by shooting the head pin center your screen over to the left-hand side right there. And that was about as perfect as you'll ever see it made.
Ron working on a double. Just not being able to carry the strike so far. 2 in a row is as far as he could go. Again, just going a tiny bit high, but typically he rolls it so great that he would carry a shot like that.
You would certainly think so. Well, to complete my thought on LaRue Lanes and where it's at, 7 minutes south off of 471, come out of Cincinnati, and in 7 minutes you are at LaRue Lanes, one of the great BPA centers, and holy cow.
Not at all typical of Ron Holliday there, going right by the 6 pin.
Well, you know, he's got down on his sheet here, Jen, that his highest average he's carrying is 233. Now, when you're carrying that kind of a number, not only do you throw a lot of strikes, you do not miss single pin spares. Age 29, 300 games. Yes, he has 3 of them. 800s, 11 300s, 3 8s, and his 6th TV appearance. Much better.
She just isn't getting the break.
There's Bill Butcher right there. You see him. He was eliminated in The roll-off by Riga, bowled awfully well. Just missing in the qualifiers by 1 or 2 pins, he tells me. Comes from a great bowling family. Tom Butcher, his brother, is here also. Well, there you go.
Riga working on a spare. Can get right back into this match to tie it up right here with the strike. Throwing the Red Wolf.
Red Wolf? Throwing a Red Wolf. Huh?
Another great looking shirt from Howe Manufacturing, by the way. Wow. Was that solid?
Uh-huh. Gonna unload.
Oh, there we go. I believe that's Amanda.
Playing a little patty cake as the Red Wolf is delivered down the 60-foot lane at LaRue. 1-2 pocket filled up. 10 in the pit. Every pin doing its job. Way to go, Riga. Well, here comes the crunch time. This match is perfectly even through 6 frames. Advantage Riga. Strike up, working in the 6th, going into his 7th. Can take a 10-pin lead if he strikes on this ball.
Ditto. Ditto for Riga. Not carrying the 6th pin. Ron's going to contemplate his next move here in the 7th frame.
Jenna, it's incredible. It almost looks like both of the players, as experienced as they are trying to fit the ball in the hole.
They're just not loose and wheeling it.
Don't know what to say here. Maybe we'd run a Miller or 2 down there.
We need to flash up that car for next game is what we need. Entice them.
Get them pumped, huh? Good sportsmanship between the two. You see a little hand slap between them coming back. They bowled against each other many, many times, and with each other, of course. But right now, you're looking at the scoreboard, 115 in the 6th frame for Riga Kalfas, 95 in the 5th for Mr. Holliday with his spare up.
Intense eyes right on his mark.
That looks more better.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
He threw that one crisp.
Yeah, that's the shot I was hoping to see. Just let it rear back. Look at it here. Shoulder comes up, gets square at the line, and the power going through that shot. That was a strike before it got to the arrows, Jen.
But it doesn't do any good if you don't get a double. Ron's going to need to bear down right here and let it fly.
Match perfectly even. 7th frame. Advantage Ron Holliday with a strike. Now it's a double.
Great. Looking at Ron's wife, checking it all out.
From the low angle, watch the perfect execution. Oh, 2 revolutions before it hits the lane. 1-2 pocket doesn't stand a chance. I think that will loosen Riga up also.
Both of these guys very solid at the line.
Ron Holliday carries a 10-pin lead. Riga cannot fall back any further.
Riga's waiting for the late frames to pour it on. Posting a strike in the 8th. And he can get 4 more to add.
Well, he cannot shut out his opponent, but he can make him think about it. Ron Holliday on the bench, blowing his fingers to keep him dry, is getting ready for his 9th frame. If Riga can strike here, he will make Mr. Holliday perform. Riga, it's your game to win or lose right here. He threw an awfully nice shot.
The scout started to come around, got stopped by the rake. It's going to look all Ron here.
Very disappointing as you watch. Keep the eyes on the right-hand side of your screen. You got 2 pins dancing around. Neither one of them touches the 10-pin. Riga now cannot afford an open frame. If he does, this match is over. If he holds the spare, he's still playing, but his fate is out of his hands. Well, I don't know. He would need a miracle out of Ron Holliday at this point.
Ron Holliday on his last 2 shots, throwing the ball very loose, very crisp, very clean. I would predict another strike right here for him in the very important 9th frame and for the put away.
9th frame, if it's a strike, you can just about roll up the carpet. Just about a strike. I think he wanted to make it a no-doubter. What a beautiful, beautiful shot. And with this one here, just watch it and be entertained by the perfection of Ron Holliday.
Amazing. He can actually end up with a 235 here if he goes all the way out. He's going to go on to meet our king, Chris Mohring.
Well, that'll do it. We'll come back and give you the final score when we return, but Ron Holliday earns the right to move against our king. Stay with us. We'll be back after these words.
The first ballet ever performed lasted over 6 hours. That's 6 continuous hours. And to think all we're asking for is your support. Give to the Fine Arts Fund. Own a piece of art.
Pepsi theft. It can happen anywhere, anytime. Fight back. Introducing the Pepsi Club. Now Pepsi moments don't have to become anxious moments. What you were about to see did not actually happen, but it could happen.
They took everything! Look, Ma, the Pepsi Club works.
Not today. Thank you, Pepsi Club.
Pepsi, Generation Next.
Available in 6-pack.
It's that time of the show again, where we recap a match you just watched, and then we go to our buddies. The winner of match 2 is going to go on to meet the king. Ron Holliday is going to come out. We are here talking to our friends from WGRR, talking about the morning contest to give away this whip bowling ball.
How you doing?
I'm doing.
Well, you're just doing?
Doing.
You doing? Yeah, we've been doing this for several weeks now, and I tell you, the phones just light up. People want to know what the bowling song is. That's the purpose of watching the show, of course.
Right.
And tomorrow morning between 7 and 9, if you're the 5th caller, when you hear fun, fun, fun at 749-1035, you're going to win this fantastic ball. Right, Chris?
That's right. Tomorrow between 7 and 9 with us, Chris and Janine in the morning on WGRR, Oldies 103.5. Have that winning score, be the 5th caller. You win the $200 whip bowling ball.
That's about an hour after Around the Water Cooler.
That's right. Also on Channel 9.
And we're going to go right into match number 3. The king, Chris Mohring, bowls Ron Holliday, the qualifier from game 2. Now you see Ron, he's getting up to work his way to the top of the king. Match number 3, the king, Chris Mohring, bowls Ron Holliday, the qualifier from game 2. Now you see Ron, he's getting up to work his way to the top of the king ladder, and if the way he finished game 2 is any indication, he might be able to do it. 235 he finished with, and finished strong with the last 6 in a row. Well, we always like to have Chris and Janine come in and sit with us and have a little fun with us. Watch those guys in the morning. I don't care if they're on radio. Watch them anyway. Look at that little box. We'll see you guys later. A lot of fun. A lot of fun, those people. Well, I'll tell you what, Jen, I don't know what's going to happen. I can't predict the future. If I could, I'd be retired, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say 230 will be the low score of this game. What do you think? That pin went all the way across the lane standing up.
This is definitely going to be a great match here. Both of these guys are ready to roll. Ron finishing out his game in style.
Yeah, the last 6 in a row to register at 235 and handily defeat Riga Kalfas, who qualified for the show by winning the roll-off earlier today with 247. I bet he wished he could roll those numbers around a little bit, but too late now. What
The
is
king, Chris Mohring. Now, I have to tell you, the Big Green Snotter is his nickname for the bowling ball. And I'll tell you what, it's a combat zone, and it is a great ball.
Well, it does a number on the pins. I'll tell you what, we went from week number 1 where I think the kids had some handwritten signs on the back of paper to week 2 where they had a computer printout banner. And now it looks like they went to some professional sign company.
Well, shots like this right here upped the budget on the signage. We got some money to play with. And Ron Holliday really on a roll, hammering the pocket, very consistent. All of his balls have been just like that, 10 in the pit. Lots of action.
Well, and I think it all happened back in the 6th frame, or at the 5th frame, actually, when he opened. He missed a single pin spare, Jen. I think it just really set an alarm off and said, wait a minute.
Let's go.
Yeah, I can't miss single pin spares, and I can't throw this ball like I don't mean it, because every ball since then has been with authority. Like this one.
Ron bowls 4 or 5 times a week. Well, it's no wonder he's so great. Getting lots of practice in, and if you would like to throw the ball like him, you need to go out and practice. And most of the BPA centers around town have open bowling times and also have specials going on during them. So give him a ring.
Ron Holliday, left-hand lane. I don't think he's going to miss any more spares today, Jen.
Right at him.
You know, last week we were talking about most consecutive weeks for a king, and we couldn't decide. Well, right there on your left-hand side of your screen, David Newkirk. He's at the show today, and his brother Don to his left, 10 consecutive weeks as our king. And I'm not sure that any record will never be broken, but that one's going to be tough.
Man, that is a great performance.
Great performances are commonplace here on King of Bowling, and Chris Mohring will supply his fair share of those. Watch this ball coming off of his hand, folks. This ball is torqued from day 1, 2 revolutions before it hits the lane. 1-3 pocket filled up, no devastation there. Sure, they're all gone.
Working on a double, trying to make it a turkey.
Folks, remember, when you get that ball in your hand, make sure it's comfortable, make sure it's snug, and then relax your release so that it's comfortable and you don't hang up in the shot.
You know, I have to tell you, at the beginning of this show, when they were practicing, before the show came on, rather, Chris did not look very lined up at all. He kept going light into the pocket. The ball kept on going too long, and I was afraid he was going to have to change balls, but since they had that fantastic sign printed up, he had no choice, so he's made it work. Putting a little pressure on Ron, and what does he do? He goes a little high.
Well, the same problem that same problem zone he was in the first part of his first game today, Jen, and that's he's just trying to steer the ball. He's trailing by 22 pins to the current king, and he was finding out why this guy, who, by the way, I think Chris kind of looks like the boss. Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, he does a little.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the award show 2 weeks ago, and he came on. So what's our king doing singing a song here? So I'm going to nickname him the boss. I don't care what everybody says. Looks like it to me.
He's the Terminator, wasn't he, last week?
I don't know. He's got too many aliases to keep track of.
Ron's going to need to start striking here because Chris is not letting up at all. And that's how you do it.
Wow.
Slice that pocket. Brian Haynes from Jeff Weiler. Bringing us out a fabulous car this week, and this is a fabulous shot right here.
Well, once again, the car is safe, but that is why they bring it out. They'd love to give it away, and if they can't give one away, they'd love to sell you one at Jeff Weiler Eastgate Automall, east side of town. Talk about a horrible shot. The king throws one. Take a look at the shot from Jeff Weiler.
Man, that is cool.
What a beautiful car.
And from what I understand, Jeff Weiler has the best selection in town.
By far.
Anything you want, he has. Go check them out.
Chris Mohring from Loveland, age 25, 306 of them. And it's easy to see why with a ball rotation and delivery like this young man has.
Sparing up nicely. You don't get to have the average that he has by not making spares. 225. out of Eastgate.
He's an Eastgate. I don't know, product, I guess you'd say. Yeah, he's came up from the junior ranks there. That was a bad shot from the word
And that was more typical of what he was doing in practice. He kept going light. He's going to need to keep the ball going into the pocket, not try and swing it too much.
Well, that not having a good foot at the foul line, not being firm and stationary. When you're moving around as you're delivering the ball is not going to go where you want it to. It's not going to have anything on it.
Big opportunity for Ron Holliday right here. Working on a strike, he can start to delve into the lead right here with the double.
Well, there you see the score. 117 in the fifth for Chris, and Ron 78 in the fourth with a strike up in his fifth working. Can he make it a double? I believe he can. I knew it all along, John.
I'll tell you, he's got him when it really counts. Ron Holliday hammering it down for the double.
Okay, take a look at this here. 5 pins. Second one back, middle of your screen. Don't take your eyes off of it right there. It's traveling, it's falling. You're out of here. And you always have to give it a little help when you've got a lazy scout walking over there.
Ron going for the body English.
Chris Mohring is 9 pins up at this point. This guy can turn that around right now. The messenger gets detoured, and the 7-pin remains.
Well, we've got a 10-pin match at this point. Chris concentrating, visualizing his next shot.
I'm telling you, it's Bruce Springsteen. I'm telling you.
Much younger version, though.
Younger version is right. Well,
okay, now here's Chris's big opportunity here up in the 7th frame.
What great sportsmanship, though, Jen. You see these guys are cutting up. They're laughing a little bit. They're bowling for big money, but
hey,
bowling can be fun.
all about having fun.
Yes.
It truly is. Great family sport.
It's there. Oh, no.
10-pin, wow. Great pitch. Now he's going to need to keep it right there on that right-hand lane, and 9 times out of 10, that ball's going to carry.
If you want to see what leaves the 10-pin, watch the second one from the right-hand side of your screen. It's the 6-pin. It's not going to do its job. Second one from the right hand. Watch it go around the neck of the 10-pin. Its assignment was to take it out. Didn't do it.
That's a true tap.
Nicely covered by our king, Chris Mohring. 136th in his 6th frame with a spare up. He leads by 9 as he goes to the left lane here at LaRue. Lanes 13 and 14, and they were rocking hard last night and the night before. I came in and I'm watching people, they're doing line dancing, the YMCA line dance across the lanes.
How great.
Lasers, lights, and music and fog, and it's fun to do, and no,
man.
A 4-9.
Just an absolutely perfect shot. The ball just driving a little too hard through the pocket, and that's why you leave it. However, it can be converted. He's going to need to get through the concentration of oil in the middle of the lane, get it to the left side of the 4-pin.
Jan, you've got a 9-pin advantage. You got a spare. You're going to take one or shoot it?
I'm going to take one.
I think I'm with you.
Yep.
I'm either going to go for one or maybe, just try to kind of go for it. Yeah. And I guess that's why we're back here, and he's the king.
That's right.
He gambled and went for it all. Let's see if it's going to cost him now.
Ron Holliday, 8th frame.
He can jump into the lead with a double and then run away and hide. There's one.
Really rolling the ball great. Very loose. Very loose arm swing. Look, it's just like a pendulum.
As opposed to the shots that he pulls up and gets a little tight. Great reaction into the pit. Now, the hammer comes to him. 5 pins in the lead. If he has a strike here in the 9th, it technically goes to 15, but he's got control of the match. He cannot be beat, but he can do it himself.
Man, another bad break for Ron, and that was the 9th frame, crucial frame. However, he still does have a 5-pin lead. Chris will have an opportunity to finish his game first in the 9th and 10th. The boss is concentrating.
Yeah, I think he is, really. Well, that would have made it very interesting. Chris Mohring now can still go out and get the job done.
Ron is just an excellent spare shooter.
Yes, he is, and still very eager to keep the family pumped up. Chris Mohring at this point can take it off the sheet for 222. And that would be enough to win if he strikes in the 9th, 10th, 11th.
There it is.
He can win. There's one of them. And we watched this last week, Jen. When he needs a strike, he reaches back, amps it up a little harder, and he gets it.
He's really drawn on his experience.
He needs a double and 6 to shut out Ron Holliday. Let's watch.
Last time going high on this lane.
It's there. It is there, and it's there with authority. Ron Holliday's bid to take down the king was not to be this week. 215, not enough. Chris Mohring striking out in the 9th and 10th frame. 222 for our king once more. Weeks ago, he comes on the show, wins, and continues to impress us with execution.